Almost every single performance I've seen in my life has inspired me beyond belief. From watching my brother in the high school show choir, to the Ringling Brothers, to the theater production of Aladdin and the orchestras, and even Halloween Horror Nights at Universal. I got to see many different types of actors and performers. I loved everything that I saw all these different actors and performers doing, and I wanted to do what they did. So this led to my love of performing. I was in band throughout middle school, so I started performing fairly early on, but I didn't fall in love with acting until 8th grade. I was watching a lot of Thomas Sanders at the time, and he had done a cover of Waving Through a Window from Dear Evan Hansen with Dodie and Ben J. Pierce. I loved it so much, I immediately went and listened to the whole musical soundtrack. Every day I would come home from school, and I would be home alone performing the musical to my kitchen cabinets and my dog. I finally got to start my acting career during high school. I didn't land any big roles until my sophomore year, when I got to play Gretchen in Freaky Friday. This was a big moment for me because I was officially a lead in a musical. It was during this show that I truly began to feel like theater was the place I belonged. I loved every second of putting together this production. I helped choreograph the dances, build the sets, and make up blocking. I have so many good memories from this show that it easily became my favorite I had done at the time. During Freaky Friday, I became a confident actor, and it felt like every performance kept solidifying how much I loved to perform and be on stage. I came to find out that the stage felt like home, and an auditorium, empty or full, felt like a safe place, and like I would always be welcome there. And 2 weeks after our final show, we went into quarantine. When things went virtual, the world of performing changed. Stage shows weren't meant for Zoom calls or recordings. It lost the magic that way. People were just hoping that internet connections worked and that software would work properly. So going back to school, doing a virtual show simply didn't work. In my junior year, I watched the seniors get their final shows ripped away from them. And I was scared that the same thing would happen to me. Luckily, I got to perform again. I was able to finish my senior year performing in band, choir, and theater. I got to go out with a bang, and I graduated and went to film school. I almost went to school for acting, and I really thought about it, but I didn't want a piece of paper that said that I knew how to act. But I still wanted to do film. I knew that I wanted to do something with that. So I thought, why not directing? I love acting. I know how to direct. Why don't I go for directing? But I also thought I should probably know everything that there is to know about what goes into the performances that I love to do. So I went to film school and I fell in love with directing, obviously, but also assistant directing and stuff with the art department. But as much as I love those roles, I don't think anything tops the feeling of bringing the show to reality. And while all the departments do make the show reality by recording all the footage, getting all the audio, building the sets, and all those things, it's truly the performance of the actor that really makes or breaks what we're trying to produce. And I've just always loved taking that risk. I've always admired actors that could bring people to tears because those people weren't feeling that emotion seconds ago. And it sounds weird. It sounds weird to say, I want to make people cry, but that's not what I want. I want people to feel something. And that's my biggest goal as an actor, is to make people feel. Because that's what made me fall in love with the art to begin with. As a performer, I get to play many different roles. I get to be many different people, and I think that's a wonderful thing. So who am I truly? I'm a performer every time I wake up. I am putting on a performance for myself and the people around me. Shakespeare said the world's a stage, so I'm sure as hell going to make it mine.